Hi, this is Neha Sargam and you're watching me on Times Network.
Well, only on Times Network today, I have a really special guest. Well, if you have watched Mirzapur, you know who I'm talking about. Saloni Bhabhi बुलाऊं या फिर मैं कहूँ Neha. Firstly, welcome here. It's a pleasure, and I'm sorry, we are running a little late.
That's okay.
But how has the response or maybe the kind of love poured on you after the Mirzapur scenes and the excitement has now come out. The show has gone, third season has gone on. How has it been for you?
It's been fantastic. I was not expecting, to be very honest. I was expecting a little bit of hype because of the hype that Mirzapur in itself has. So, like last time, there was a slight hype about Saloni Bhabhi. They noticed, कि अरे ये कौन है?
Yeah.
So that hype I was definitely expecting, but my whole attention and focus was on the scenes and the work that I'd done because I was very anxious. How is it going to be, perceived? How is it going to look? And how people are going to react on that because I've never done something like that.
Exactly, yes.
So I was like, okay, I hope they don't troll me. I hope I don't get a flag for that. So my whole focus and my whole attention was on that side. So it was really little of my focus or my attention was going on the hype that I might get. नहीं सोच रही थी मैं उसके बारे में.
But then tell me when the first time, because पिछली बार सिर्फ एक teaser सा दिया गया था सलोनी भाभी का और अब तो full package हमें मिला है. But then जब initially you were approached,
no teaser. People just made things out of.
Exactly, but then they were waiting to see how Saloni Bhabhi's character is gonna come out and change this line and maybe have her own story about herself. In that way around, when you were first approached for Mirzapur, back in time, first reaction kya tha? Because I'm sure each one of us had watched season 1 and
yes.
We loved season 1. So what was your reaction when you got that call from Mirzapur?
So I remember I was rehearsing for my musical theatre. Udhar hi Aram Nagar mein we were rehearsing, and I got a call and I was like, so I'd seen Mirzapur 1.
Exactly.
Okay, and I was a fan. I was like, what is this show? क्या बना दिया है? It's so high level. And मतलब भाषा का उपयोग तो ऐसे हो रहा है जैसे मतलब हलवा है. So I was watching it with my mother and she was like, क्या बोला? What? इतनी easily? I was like, yeah. So we really loved the series. But being a part of that series was not even in my imagination. So when the call came, it was for some other character.
Okay.
And then that part was given to someone else. So
Okay.
I was very happy. ठीक है. At least I got shortlisted for that because
Yes.
they were not even, maybe they were slightly, they were slightly thoughtful or in two thoughts. Should we audition her because she's slightly prominent TV face?
Yeah.
So maybe they needed somebody from film stature.
Okay, yeah.
So they were slightly in thoughts, but they still auditioned me. And when they auditioned me, they really liked the audition, and I was shortlisted. So I thought, okay, yahan tak if I made it, I'm happy that at least they considered me that I can play that part. So,
I have it in me, that means.
Yeah, it gave me a little bit of confidence.
Yes, okay.
So then the director, Gurmeet sir, he really liked the audition and he was like, if I don't take her for this role, I'll definitely take her in the show somewhere because she's done a good job.
Okay.
So that's how, and I was not aware, I had seen season 1, I was not aware कि कोई त्यागी family भी introduce होगी.
Exactly.
So I think within few weeks I got a call कि there's another family that is being introduced.
Oh.
So you have to be a part of that family. She's the bahu of the family, and I was like, okay.
Like, okay. Okay.
ठीक है, but okay, just to be a part of Mirzapur, maybe yes.
Okay.
So that was the
Initial yes.
thought.
Okay.
Yeah, just to be a part of Mirzapur, maybe I'll of course I'll do it. So.
But when you got to know about the character, then.
So they also told me that season 2 will be like a brief introduction of the character.
Okay.
It will not have much to do for you, but in season 3 it will be more descriptive and it will have
a lot about.
thoda sa
Yeah, exactly.
Substance to it. So I was like, ठीक है, okay. And I still remember when I'd gone to meet Guru sir and Puneet sir was there. and we talked about it. But then I got up and I said, "Sir, actually, I had to say something." So he said, "हाँ बोलो." I said, "मेरे parents ने बोला है कि बेटा स्वच्छ काम करना मिर्जापुर में."
Did you really say that to him?
Yeah.
Swachh kaam karna.
So they laughed their heart out. They just burst out laughing and they were like, "नेहा जी, मैं इतनी गारंटी आपको दे सकता हूँ कि सीजन 2 में स्वच्छ काम है."
सच कहा था.
हाँ, पर वो कीवर्ड मैं कैच नहीं कर पाई.
उन्होंने कहा तो सच था. They were true to their words, by the way.
Yeah, they always.
But then tell me one thing, because season 3, even before it went on air, it was such a huge hype, and now that it went on air, people saw it and they've given the kind of love.
Yeah.
What is the kind of response you're getting for Saloni Bhabhi, हमारी त्यागियों की बहू के लिए आपको क्या response मिल रहा है?
It's pouring. I mean, I was expecting कि they'll take it to a different, it'll be, the connotation will be slightly on the that side, which is not in a good taste.
Yeah.
So, but to my surprise, that didn't happen.
Okay.
According to the words, they are simping over,
Okay.
which is a surprise because they're all they are all having a lot of affection and
Yes.
they're adoring Saloni. There are few जो थोड़े इधर उधर के comments
that's-
आते हैं, but majority of them are like, "We love you."
But then how difficult, for us as a viewer, we're like, oh wow, she's done a good work. Or maybe, oh wow, we like the scene, it's fitting in and all that. Everybody has a different feedback to it. Aapke liye, because you were there, you were briefed, and you've never done, I don't know if the audience knows this thing, but you have never done such kind of character, well, not character, but the scene. You've never done an intimate scene on screen ever. How difficult was it, when they briefed you about it and said that, is tarike ka scene hai, and then you had a scene against Vijay Varma, who's himself, so experienced in the,
Yeah.
he has done so many times such
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah.
But then how difficult was it for you? Because you have never done such a thing before.
It was like absolutely thrown into a zone which is not even, you can't even say it's now out of my comfort zone. It's absolutely a different zone altogether. So when I was called to the office to brief about the season 3 storyline and my character, so Guru sir narrated briefly and I briefly went into coma.
You went into coma, okay.
I was like, मेरे कान में सीटी बजने लगी थी. So I was like, 1 second, no, I need a script. I was like, I can't believe what's coming out of his mouth. I was like, I'll need a script, sir. It'll reach you while you're on your way. The script will be there. I was like, okay. Are you sure I am doing this? But yeah, and he was very happy. Yeah, you're doing it.
So he had that confidence in you.
He had that confidence. I don't know how, but yeah, you're doing it. So he was also happy. And I was like, okay. And then I went home and the script had reached.
And it proved that yes, it is there.
Yeah, and more.
More and more, okay.
Yeah. So I read it and then I swiftly passed it on to my sister. And she was lying down and she was like, "Haan, kya hai?" I said, "Just read it. This is the script."
For the
She
scene.
read it. She also went into coma.
Oh God.
So she read it and she's like, "You will do it. How will you do it? I can't even imagine you doing it.
Oh
you don't
God.
have it.
You don't have it. Oh
you
my
don't have
God.
it in you." And yeah. And I was like literally, it was not crying, but it was like, how will I do it?
How will I do it?
And then I discussed it with my mom. I was like, this is what is happening. And she was like, देखो अभी क्या है कि all the actors are doing this, okay? But at least you're with the good team. You're with Ace team doing it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So
that
at
she
least you'll
understood.
not be exploited, na?
That's so sweet that she actually understood you
Yeah.
and she supported you.
She was like, we don't want to pull you down. You are, you can do whatever you want to, but and they know कि मैं ही खुद नहीं करूँगी, so they were like they're very. So she was like, do it, अच्छे से करो, भाई क्या कर सकते हैं? This is what is happening around you, and if you've chosen this career, then you have to be ready for this. So I was like, okay.
But then now that you had decided and the family gave you the heads up and a head nod, you went back on the sets to actually do that scene. How much support did you got from Vijay or maybe Guru sir? Because they at least Guru sir believed that, okay, you can do this scene perfectly. So how much...
I think only he
He believed it in a way, I would say, as you're saying. But then how much support, or maybe what kind of support did you get from the two of them? Because they had to actually pull you out of the situation and, you know, make the scene look effortlessly beautiful out there. So how did they support you? How did they help you?
So at that time, I was shooting for another show.
Yes, TV show.
That was Yashomati Maya. And the vast difference.
Difference? Oh God, the character difference is too much.
Yeah. So I was on the sets and we were to do a Zoom meeting to discuss things, which couldn't happen. Maybe Vijay was also busy and things couldn't. I was also shooting. So I called Guru sir and I was like, during the shot, I had some time and I went to, I remember the window also, I remember exactly which window I went to. I was like, Guru sir, how will it happen? आप ना एम्बुलेंस बुला के रखना कहीं मुझे अटैक ना आ जाए. So he laughed. He said, अरे ऐसा कुछ नहीं होगा, but just in case we'll get an ambulance. Don't worry. So he was like, Neha, just don't worry at all. We'll do it as per your convenience. You should be comfortable. We'll see to it. So don't think too much. You'll do it. I said, okay. Okay, and once you come for the shoot, we'll discuss. We'll not do it, you know, as soon as you come. We'll shoot for 2-3 days, and then the last day, we'll schedule those scenes.
Okay.
So that happened, the call happened, and then I think Vijay also messaged me. He was like, "Yay, Neha, what a nice character now this time. बहुत अच्छा है तुम्हारा. You know, it's nice screenplay and everything. अच्छा है. I'm very happy." I was like, yeah, okay. And then he was like, listen, even I'm scared. Okay, so don't feel that it's just you. I'm also scared, and I do understand that of course men are also scared, but then I also felt that he's just saying it
to tone you down, and, you know, to help you down,
because he's done so much work and such exceptional work, and with so much ease and everything. So I was like, how can he be scared? This for him is the cakewalk.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought कि हाँ हो सकता है. He also must be scared. Then we met on the sets, and I think after the shoot we discussed the scenes, and there were few things which were removed because I was like, sir, ये
ज़्यादा हो जाएगा.
Sir, ये नहीं, sir. मैं वैसे ऐसे नहीं दीदी.
I like how you say it. I like it, okay.
So I was like, sir, ये. So Guru sir was like, okay, if you're not at all comfortable, I won't push you. We'll not do this. But Neha, this is required. We have to establish something, no? I was like, okay. Then Vijay was also like, हाँ, नहीं, this is तो, and it'll look nice. Don't worry.
So they toned it down for you.
Yeah, slightly. Yeah. And then I would give it to the team of, coming back to Yashomati team. So they also were so excited that Neha ji aap ja rahe ho shoot karne and all that. So they planned the entire shoot in such a way that I have 3-4 days in hand to complete my Mirzapur schedule.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, it's a daily, and I don't know if people know how daily shows are made.
It is very chaotic. I can understand what you're saying.
And I had such an exceptional team, and they were so supportive. So that support started from there, maybe from my parents, then them.
Yashomati and then.
So they wrapped up the shoot. They completed my entire schedule for 3-4 days. So I wrapped up at 2 in the morning, and I was shooting in Gujarat.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Umargaon.
Yes.
Gujarat. Oh yes.
So then we reached and we talked and we discussed, and on the sets, I think Guru sir was very kind, and not for a single second he got irritated by my, you know, the way I was being self-critical and everything. He was not getting irritated for even one bit. He was like, "Arey, you'll do it. Arey, the patience." I was like, sir, आपने गलत इंसान को ले लिया. मुझे नहीं लेना चाहिए था.
But tell me one thing, because, you know, I clearly remember a lot of actors have talked about it, that, you know, intimate scenes are very difficult, but then we have a policy of keeping a very less crowd inside, like the crew inside and all that. But then some of them say, no, we are completely fine. It's a part of the career that we've chose, the showbiz industry. For you, how was it? Did you have this thing that, you know, सिर्फ उतने ही लोग रहे जिनकी requirement है, or was it like the entire crew was there?
You know, I was so zapped.
Okay.
And I was so much, baffled and into my own zone, crowded by my own thoughts, that I had no time to think about all this.
Who's there and who's not
there.
there.
So the team did it for me. The camera department, the direction department, everybody was thinking for me.
That's so sweet.
There was one AD she was constantly, her name is Padmini, and she was a sweetheart. So she was constantly looking at me, that even for once I feel that she's having discomfort, I'll be there.
That's so sweet, actually.
And Vijay was so supportive. He made the entire mahal,
Vatavaran, exactly.
So friendly and so comfortable. And he was very careful. He was very careful. He was very caring. He was very supportive. कोई उधर आसपास उनको भी दिख रहा था. He was like, आप हट जाइए. So he was very caring and he handled it so well. I can definitely say he handled me.
That's a very sweet thing. Yeah. But as you're talking about Yashomati, and I'm sure if the audience understands and knows this thing, a TV show requires normal से भी ज़्यादा effort, and the shoot schedules are such कि कहने की बात है कि 12 घंटे की shift है, but then it tends to take a lot more, and it's a daily. Every day you are shooting, and then the character जो आप play कर रही थी वो था यशोदा माँ, जो कि poles apart to Hamari Bhabhi, and then this.
I was very chirpy.
Exactly. So I will not say that how did you switch on, because that's your profession and you are professional enough. But how difficult was it for you? Because you were balancing a daily, and then you were balancing a Mirzapur kind of a series that required so much effort, and then now the character was being established properly, and you had to give your energy there also. Yeah. How was it juggling between such two big shows for you?
I just needed sleep.
You just needed that, but you didn't get that, unfortunately. Too much.
Not much. But yeah, I actually and this happens unknowingly, that I don't think much.
Okay.
I just know one thing, that you have to be present wherever you are. You have to be present, and things just happen for you. When you're reading a scene, when you know the character, and it's not that I was playing it for the first time. I played it for season 2.
Yeah.
So I was aware of the character.
Yeah.
And you have that muscle memory inside you, that when you get into the outfit, when you read the scenes. So that you come in that zone automatically. I don't think I think much. That helps.
But then when it got done with it, and when you were done shooting,
I was only thinking about the scene though.
Yeah, well, exactly. So when you were done shooting for Mirzapur and you just relaxed yourself, and then you were like, when you came back home, how was it for you? Did it sink in that, oh, I've done that scene? And what kind of response did your parents see? What was their first response to it?
So many questions.
Exactly. I want to know all.
So I'll start with, how did I do the scene?
Yeah, okay? How did it sink into you? Like when you came back, wrapping it up?
All my apprehensions and everything that was troubling me, that happened until I did that scene.
Okay.
After I started it, also I was told कि भाई अगर करना है, Neha, you can either do it properly, or maybe it'll not look that good, but then it'll be a waste.
Yes.
Okay, so I was like, nahin, this I cannot take. No matter, come what may, I will not let my scene suffer. That way, I'm a professional, and whatever I'm going through, I'll not let that,
be seen on the screen.
Be seen on the screen and affect my work.
Yeah.
So, even though I was nervous and I was hiding a lot inside, even during that scene, before the intimate scene begins, I had that whole buck,
yeah.
And all this while I was thinking, okay, Neha, don't mess it up. Just because you're thinking too much, don't mess it up. So that's what was going on. And then after the first take, I felt, okay, it happened.
It happened.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. कुछ ऐसा, it's not that big a deal. And then I was like, so this was not a good take. We'll do one more.
Now she was, oh wow.
Yeah, because I knew this can be better.
I can do better than what I did. Yeah.
And also, the ice broke, and I was like, okay, क्या चीज़ का हुआ है? So then
the one saying no wanted to do it another time. Oh my
God.
That's like now she's gotten the confidence. Like now she's like, okay, I can do it. The boost.
हाँ मतलब the boost was only to understand कि okay I did it once and it was not up to the mark, then maybe
I can do it better.
Yeah.
But then what was your parents' reaction? Because, you know, as you said, कि
Yeah,
mummy and
so
your
they
father,
watched.
both of them, like, you know, parents have been, sister has been so supportive and, you know, she's
Yeah.
like, कैसे करेगी type. So, how
It was judgmental.
yeah, so how was their reaction to when they saw the scene come on here?
So my sister saw it अकेले में.
Oh.
My mom, I made her sit, I made her watch.
Okay.
My dad came अभी recently and I told him, पापा मेरा ना आप मत देखना मिर्जापुर. क्यों बेटा? उसमें मेरा किसिंग सीन है. ओह अच्छा ठीक है हम नहीं देखेंगे.
Oh God.
And then I made my mom watch. And while she was watching, she was also doing something and I was like, okay mummy, right now, look away. अच्छा, अरे ठीक है, it's okay. And then she's also smiling, she's also blushing. I saw her blush. And I was like, why is she blushing?
At the end of the day, it's a kissing scene, no? She's not seeing the daughter doing it. That is so sweet.
God. She was blushing, she was smiling, and then she looked away.
That's
so
sweet.
funny.
That's actually sweet. But then, you know, now I would love to know, because your journey did not start with a web series. Your journey has started and you have done loads of work in TV, and, you know, you've played variety of characters during your course of your journey.
Yeah.
Was acting your first choice of profession, or how did it happen for you?
Absolutely not. I never ever felt comfortable exhibiting any of my talents.
Really?
Ever. Even as a singer, I was born.
Because you started your journey with a reality show, like, you know,
Yeah.
and you auditioned for it.
But
and
I started singing
way before
early
that.
on.
Yes, exactly.
Like before I knew how to talk, I started to sing.
Sing, yeah.
So, but I had no problem in singing, doing my riyaz, learning. But I had a problem exhibiting it in front
Okay.
of people.
Being on the stage.
I was very conscious. Yeah,
Okay.
I had stage fear.
You had stage fear?
Yeah. I still cope with that.
Okay.
So, and I also had a problem with, you know, singing in front of people.
Crowd.
People are watching,
Yeah.
looking at me. So I used to, in my childhood, I used to say, आप लोग आँख बंद करो.
Okay.
तो मैं गाऊंगी. तो
Okay.
सब ऐसे वो अच्छा ठीक है गाओ.
Okay.
So that was my problem. But I overcame that, and I'm now a part of a musical where I have to sing, dance, and do everything on stage. So yeah, so yeah, that's how it started. I wanted to become a singer. So I knew only one way कि मेरा तो ऐसा कोई जान पहचान थी नहीं. So I knew only one way कि अच्छा, if you go through reality shows, you people can recognize you and then they can approach you for playback and all that. So I knew that. So I chose that world and that path कि ठीक है, Indian Idol में जाते हैं, audition दे देते हैं, and then of course I didn't qualify for the आगे का thing, but my audition clip got really famous, the Indian Idol 4 audition clip, and I was unaware. वो कुछ एक महीने में it hit 1 lakh views or something, and for that time 2009,
1 lakh, yeah, exactly.
yeah, it was a huge big thing.
Yeah.
So I started getting a lot of messages on Facebook, you know, trying to get my number and trying to contact me for several other reality shows, for anchoring, for
Oh wow.
TV, for acting and all that. So I was like, नहीं हो पाएगा मेरे से, गलत
गलत इंसान को पूछ रहे हो.
No. So I kept on declining everybody until Rajan sir called me, and Rajan sir was, again, he also had that confidence which even I didn't have.
Oh yes.
And he was like, I see there's a flair, there's a spark, you know, you can do it. I was like, I don't even know this.
Where is this spark?
The language.
Where is this spark
भाई
you
साहब,
can
ये
see?
कहाँ है? So yeah, he was like, and I kept on declining. I was like, nahi sir, because I knew where I stand. I knew I am very conscious.
Okay.
So I was like, sir, I can't do it. अगर आप मुझे singing के लिए बुलाते मैं खुशी आ जाती, but it's not singing.
It's
something
acting,
which I don't
yes.
know how to do. So then he was like, I know you can do it, and make me talk to your parents.
Straight away.
बड़ी जिद्दी हो.
Oh.
वो समझ
You give it your
yeah.
wow, okay.
So then my parents spoke to him, and
They were convinced.
yeah. And my parents were like, तुमको इतने calls आ रहे हैं acting के, तुम क्या करके आई हो Indian Idol के audition में? I was like, I don't know. And then of course I went for the screen test, and then there was no coming back.
But then I'm very keen to know, because, you know, while Mirzapur, as you said, that I had auditioned, like they wanted me to come for another character, but then they were like, okay, ye wala nahi, but then they gave me another one. I'm very sure you might have auditioned for many other such roles where you wanted to be a part of the character or maybe the show or the TV show, but then things didn't materialize. So any one such character that you have auditioned and you wish that you could be a part of it, but you unfortunately couldn't be, which would be that one for you?
I don't know if I should mention this, but it was really early, and I'm going back to the Rajan sir wala phase.
Yes.
So I was called by Spheres also, and it was probably for Balika Badhu. So I could have been the older,
the after Anandi wala Balika.
Yeah, yeah. But I was like, मेरे graduation के exams है, ma'am. I won't be able to come. And then, of course, after that, I took up Chand Chupa.
Yes.
So in the meanwhile, they were searching for Balika Badhu.
Balika Badhu,
Leap.
Anandi, yes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But I know I don't regret.
Obviously, you got something better, you got something really good enough to work on for yourself. But tell me one thing, because aaj ke time mein where Mirzapur has come out and the fans have loved the character, and then Yashomati, the fans were loving Yashoda ka character. Mirzapur itself is a benchmark.
Yeah.
And when you talk about the character, I'm sure the fans, even before they knew the season 3 will be coming out, or maybe how the character will face, they'll be like, okay, what next? What next? So for you, how pressurizing is it ki, okay, the next project has to be like, a lot of thought is going behind what is the next project. It's not like now it can't be kuch bhi lekar, I can work on it and I can portray my talent. How difficult is it now for you? Or is it like, okay, it's still the same but a little more enhanced ki, okay, ab thoda zyada thought lagana hai iske upar.
Yeah, I have otherwise also been very choosy and picky.
Exactly.
But now that the benchmark is such, you have to be slightly more careful in what
Cautious, yes.
choose. Now that I'm flooded by offers, I'll be very honest. Abhi tak that thing has not started, but now to choose the right thing for me is very crucial, and I understand the pressure, guys. Everybody who's made it so big, I understand the pressure, because I feel like I've just begun. So I don't know. I think it's a struggle. It's a constant struggle. Even if you gain a little bit of something, still the struggle is, it just gets, those games get stronger.
But tell me one thing, because you yourself said कि मेरे को सिर्फ गाना आता था, मुझे नहीं पता था कि किससे मिलना है, किससे बात करना है, and all that jazz.
Even now I don't know.
Even because touchwood, that time Rajan sir called you, and by God's grace it was a good start for you. He showed you the direction of how to step in. But I'm very sure that being in the industry for a number of years, things like casting couch, fake casting calls, all of these are very common. Like even if you are a struggler, you are a well-known established actor, bahut aam baat hai. So one, have you ever faced any of such thing, and if yes, how did you react to it? Because you had such supportive family at your hand, like they supported you throughout the journey. So how did you handle all that?
See, it starts with how you the thing that you don't get desperate.
Okay.
I think that saves you.
Okay.
A great deal, because you don't just keep jumping and taking the plunge. So that saves me, and there was a certain project where I was asked if this is a do or die for you.
Oh. And
that didn't sound right.
Okay.
Also, I'd met that person, and even though I ended up doing that project very reluctantly, but I did my job well, but I was not happy that I had
been a part of
took it up.
Okay.
I wanted to opt out, but I just couldn't. I was too young and I was too new to understand these things. So it was, I knew that thoda sa it was slightly shady. And then I got a call, is it a do or die? Because now he was getting very
desperate,
restless. Why isn't she?
Yeah.
So I was like, he doesn't know me. मैं देखने में दिख रही हूँ सॉफ्ट सी, बड़ी सिंपल है, सीधी सादी, मैं तोप हूँ. ये जानता नहीं है मुझे.
तो जानता नहीं है, तूने किससे बात करी है?
अब लाइक सर देखिए, बात ऐसी है, मेरे लिए कुछ भी ना जिंदगी में डू और डाई नहीं है. ठीक है, और डाई वाला तो बात ही नहीं है, मैं मार के निकल जाऊंगी, मैं मरूंगी नहीं. So that's when he realized that she is not the nut who's going to crack. And then I was like, मैं डरूंगी नहीं किसी से, डरती नहीं हूँ मैं.
Don't
मैं
try.
डरा के काम करूंगी, मैं डरूंगी नहीं. ऐसे लोगों से I can't be scared.
But now that you've done, that fear of intimate scene has just been washed away from your head.
Yeah.
One, will we see, matlab, it's not like that you'll always be doing it, but if the script demands it, will we see you trying your hand again over that thing? Or is it like you will see the kind of co-star that you are with, like you said, because you had such co-star, like Vijay was there, Guru sir was there.
Yeah.
So will it be like that you will decide it when, if the scene demands it, or what is it like for you?
See, I'll tell you, this happened organically.
Organically, correct.
I didn't know that this is going to happen.
Yes.
I signed up and I said, Swatch come.
Yeah, Swatch come, correct.
But this happened because the story demanded and it went in that direction. Given a choice, I wouldn't choose because it takes a lot of toll on you and...
Were you worried about what the audience, like if the audience would give you a negative remarks about the scene, even though it wasn't as explicit as, one thinks about it, touch wood.
It's the most beautiful, romantic, intimate scenes.
When we talk about such kissing scenes, it turns out to be pretty explicit, but touch wood for your scene, it wasn't on that level. So but when you were filming, were you worried about how the audience would react to the scene?
More than audience, I was like,
ये
जो मेरे 4 लोग हैं आस-पास, ये 4 लोग क्या कहेंगे? And more than that, I was like, how will I do it? I was very doubtful. And of course I was. I had a lot of fear कि how are they, and since I've done a certain kind of roles, I was like, पहले तो वही लोग मुझे छोड़ेंगे नहीं कि ये क्या किया आपने. But to my surprise, when I see a meme or something on me, and when I see comments section, there's कुछ 2-3 कमेंट ऐसे आ जाते हैं, आप इनको अब जान रहे हैं, हम इनको तब से जानते जब ये यशोमती थी, जब ये सीता थी. So I was like, okay.
They are recognizing and they remember it.
And they are not saying it in a bad way.
In a positive manner, correct.
Yeah, so I'm glad that the audience has grown the sensibility that this is also a part of her work.
But do you think that through Mirzapur you have broken that stereotype का जो आपका एक bracket होता है, you have just broken it because now people will be like, oh, why didn't we cast her into such kind of role like Saloni, मतलब त्यागी बहू की तरह.
No, please.
No, but still, like, because for them playing it, so it's, I think you will agree to it that when you're doing TV, and because TV में commitment बहुत लंबा होता है, and shows are pretty long running, so people start imagining you as the character itself.
Yeah.
Like they will know you less as Neha, but they'll know you more as Sita or Yashoda करके, मतलब वो character से आपको पहचानेंगे. So for them to break that impression in their eyes is not easy. But now if they are recognizing you, even after seeing the character, like, अरे तुम इसको क्या जानते हो? We know her like that only.
Yeah.
So do you think that you've now broken that bracket of yours?
I just don't think of such big words. I don't know. I don't think like that. Just doing my
But have
work.
you ever been stereotyped over your characters, or maybe where you think that okay मैं तो ये character कर सकती हूँ, but then somebody or maybe the director has said कि अरे मैम आपसे नहीं हो पाएगा, ये character आपके लिए नहीं बना हुआ है, kind of those things.
No. Fortunately, I was never told कि ये character आपको suit नहीं कर रहा है. I somehow blend. I don't know how they see it. It's maybe it goes to their credit, but they always feel ke even my director, Mughal-e-Azam director Feroz sir, he compliments me sometimes saying that you have a very you have an amazing canvas, you can play anything. And he was like, I'm excited to see you as Saloni because I can't imagine, you have a very sweet face and everything, jo achhi wo seedhi sadhi. So it'll be a surprise, and I would like to see how you've done it. I hope sir has not watched it. So all of that.
What if he has watched it? What do you think will be his reaction? What feedback?
He'll give me an honest,
a very honest,
feedback.
unfiltered
if
feedback.
It's good.
If in that case, not your parents, but who from the industry would you say that will always give you a very unbiased and an unfiltered feedback? Who's that person? Can be a co-actor, can be a friend, can be a director, anyone. Who do you think will always give you a very unfiltered feedback?
As I said, one is
the
sir.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like my mentor, and my friends, few friends from the industry.
They'll always
who'll say it as it is.
They'll never sugarcoat the things for you.
No. In fact, I am so self-critical. They are like, "Arey, you just don't know. It's not that bad." So they don't need to.
Okay, before I just wrap up, I'm very keen to know that, seeing how you've been a part of TV, seeing how you've done you've debuted as a reality show contestant. Do we also get to see you in the future attempting at any other reality show, be it Khatro, be it Jhalak, be it Big Boss, either of them?
Let's see how it goes.
Are you open in, because you said ना कि मुझे crowd का वो fear रहता है, तो for Jhalak, like when you have to dance and
but then I do Mughal Azam.
Exactly, that's what
so
I'm
that
asking.
fear has mellowed down.
So will we get? Do you wish to try your hand at any other reality shows?
Maybe. But
Do you have that Khatro wali streak in you of the fact of trying those stunts?
I don't think so. Khatro wala, the reptiles and all, I can't do it.
Well, what about getting locked inside the house, the Big Boss ka house? Do you think that you can survive? You're like,
I thought you were talking about some stunt. No. This is the biggest stunt.
No, I gave you all three options. I gave the dance, I gave you the. So what do you think?
Dance is good. I can try.
Khatro is a little scary because can happen.
Take that plunge. Big Boss, I don't know.
It's not your cup of tea.
That unnecessary fight and all.
It's not your cup of. But have you been offered in the past?
No, not really. Maybe, yeah, somewhere.
But it's not your cup of tea. So let's hope that we get to see you overcoming your fear with
maybe
Khatro or something.
Thing to do in life.
That's not possible.
And
that's not possible. Neha just keeps herself so busy. She'll be like, okay, ये नहीं हो रहा, ये कर लेती हूँ यहाँ से, ये कर लेती हूँ. But then Neha, what next? Because Mirzapur managed to create quite the stir. Yashoda was already creating such a stir, and fans are now very keen to know कि अच्छा अगला क्या आने वाला है. So I am very keen to know what next for you now.
See, currently it's Mughal Azam.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we are touring again. So it's that. But next, whatever comes, I'm going to get in touch with you and I'm going to tell you this is next.
But ऐसा तो नहीं है that now that you're touchwood, you're getting popularity or love from the fans for Mirzapur. So it's gonna be like you will focus more on the web side of it and less on the TV sides of it, as basic some actors do it.
See, as we said, that the quality has to be now, I'll have to be very careful
of what
as to what I choose next. So, be it any medium, I don't consider artists should be judged over the medium. There are great artists everywhere, and I think it's high time people understand that. There are actors, good actors, average actors everywhere. Be it TV, be it film, be it web series, be it anywhere. So we need to understand that, and and as everyone says, good actor, bad actor nahi hota. It's just what they are doing, and what they're casted for. So I think wo hai, and if it's a good TV show, of course, why not? If it's a good series, why not?
अच्छा, आई थिंक लास्ट थिंग मैं जानना चाहूँगी, बिकॉज हमने मिर्ज़ापुर की इतनी बातें करी हैं, हमारे बैठी हुई नेहा की बहुत बातें करी हैं, विजय के साथ की बॉन्डिंग की बात कर ली है. You'll have to tell me which, as your personal, because if you're an audience, who's your favorite Mirzapur character? You can't name yourself.
I will not.
You can't name Vijay ka character also because obviously personal bias ho jata hai. Apart from the two of your characters, which has been your utmost favorite character?
See, I
as a viewer,
I love all the characters.
I know. Ye diplomatic.
No, but I love all the characters, honest to God.
Okay.
But if I have to choose, then I would choose Kaleen Bhaiya and Dadda.
Oh.
Dadda is amazing. आपके भाषा को क्या हो गया है?
If in the parallel universe, if you had to have a story with one of the characters, वो कौन सा होता?
In a parallel universe?
Yeah, मतलब let's say a twisted Mirzapur story kind of a thing.
Kaleen Bhaiya.
I think now I also want to see in a parallel universe. Neha, thank you for joining me here on Times Net. It was a pleasure having you. I will be waiting to know that, which is the next
My God,
show
adding on the pressure.
Yeah, because I am very keen to know कि नेहा अगला क्या करने वाली है. So I will be like that way around. But thank you for joining me here on Times Net. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you.
Pleasure was mine.